All right, I'm back. This video is strictly about the infinite algorithm storyline. So I'm only going to talk about that. I'm not going to go too much into who I am because I already said that in my last video. And I'm trying to keep this video as short as possible. So I'm going to talk fast. Okay. So book one is the infinite algorithm is about basically, setting the world. It's showing um, the world on how it's created, how the code race were formed, how who's the big three, and the structure of the tiers. Like because they got a low tier gamers and high tier gamers. The high tier gamers are called gladiator gamers. The low tiers are called pro gamers. Um, in each tier you're ranked by numbers, 1 through 1,000. In book one, that's what it's mainly about. It also dives into how ranking is based on your popularity. So you can't just be powerful; you have to be in it with the fans. Like the fans have to be backing you, they have to be following you, they have to be subscribed, they have to be supporting you. And it's also about sponsors. And sponsors in the story are people, we all know what sponsors are that sponsor different, parts of, whatever it is you do, or areas that you need help in, or that you need to be successful. So you got sponsors that are backing in body cameras, you got sponsors that are backing in first aid kits and weapons, upgrades, AI, nanotech, whatever is different sponsors. And then the more sponsors you have, the higher also your ranking, right? So in the story, in book one, we kind of learn, I don't tell it too much, but I insinuate, but what's going on is Zion is not beloved. He's the opposite of his father. His father is one of the big three. His father is beloved for his speed and his strength, and his success of just growing his brand, growing his name, and getting people to love him and saving people, right? So the viruses are called Cold Reefs, and his father has obviously just taken down a lot, completed a bunch of missions. Zion is the opposite. He's failed horribly, and it was viral in a mission, and people's lives are lost. And he's not as strong, nor is he having the success of his father. So no one likes Zion because he's such a failure, but also because he's allowed people to die, right? Not on purpose, just wasn't strong enough, couldn't cut it. And so book two, Zion is traumatized from that. He is still dealing with nightmares, and it's 3 years later, and it doesn't tell you too much. So if you don't like what it called spoilers, it's a little bit of spoiler. It doesn't tell you in book two, but in book two, he's stressed, right? Because not only is he still having PTSD and having nightmares behind what he experienced with the cold reefs and people dying when he was trying to save them, but he's also stressed because his aunt, his uncle, and mainly his aunt and uncle, the ones that were taking care of him, they're now, when he was young and his father was out, because he needed a caregiver because his father was out fighting crime. His aunt and uncle are now being taken care of by Zion. So instead of them leaving when he was old enough to take care of himself, because Zion is now 20 years old, he is now taking care of his aunt and uncle, who also have a son and daughter. The aunt's name is Ocean. The baby daddy is really what he is. His name is Keandre. His son is Kai, who's 3 years old, and then the daughter of Ocean is by a different parent, and her name is Heaven. They living with Zion. Heaven is just, she's the Cinderella of the story. She literally just takes care of Kai. He's only 3. He's just running wild. He doesn't listen, undisciplined, and he eats candy all day and fights all day. right? So he needs that guidance, and she's like the disciplinarian. She helps take care of Kai, tell him what's wrong, tell him what's right, feeds him, changes him. And the mom, she's doing her Twitter thing or her OnlyFans thing. The boyfriend's in his own world. He don't care about nothing but video games and sneakers. So they don't know that the house is under foreclosure, and Zion does, and his concern is really just protecting Kai, the younger generation, Kai and Heaven, and that's who his concern is because he sees what's going on in the house. So Zion is pressured by the foreclosure, and he's trying to make money, but it's incredibly hard to make money when you're hated and you're doing a job where you need to be loved, right? And so he's hated by society, and he has to change that somehow. He has a friend named Dante, brings him to a mission where Zion has a chance at redemption, even though he's too weak. A glitch, which they call a unique scenario, happens after the battle, and with the unique scenarios, it's undetectable. Now the glitches, now the viruses, the code reefs are detectable, and cybersecurity is actually the ones that detect where the attack's going to happen, and they send the gladiator gamers and pro gamers to that location to be able to evacuate the area and take down the code reefs. Now the glitches are unpredictable, so a glitch actually happens and actually kills mostly everybody. Spoiler alert. And Zion and a couple people are the only ones that's left. Zion saves somebody, and then instead of failing, he's making sure this time history does not repeat itself. And we know in life, history loves to repeat itself. So does whatever he can. He gives his all. He's definitely once again willing to give his life. He grabs the glitch, and in a last attempt, desperate attempt to do whatever he can, he bites the glitch. Bites him. Like my punches and kicks aren't working, I'm gonna take a bite out of crime. Bites the glitch, and then that's when his powers is, he combines with the glitch. He absorbs the glitch or whatever you want to call it, and explosion happens. He ends up in the hospital. Realizes he has powers that he's never had before. If you like the Infinite Algorithm, I really encourage you to click the links. I have 2 different platforms where you can donate. If you don't know the one, you should know the other. The first one's Patreon, second one's Ko-fi. If you need me to make a GoFundMe, if you feel more comfortable, I will make a GoFundMe as well. I really need the donations to help get this book started. I'm putting in the long hours. I am putting in the research. I am not coming with a false representation of the black community. I'm trying my best to read. That's all I do every day is read and research and write. The book is going to be a banger, and I'm praying for you guys' support because I'm putting my all into this one. I have written multiple books. I have on Google. They're on Google Play Books, which is called The Immortal King and Undercover Supervillain. I've learned a lot from those. I've gotten better from from where I was then out. I try to bring original stories, and this story is definitely original. It's nothing like the other stuff that's out right now. So if you like originality, you like new content, you like black representation, and you are for the movement, tap in, bro, tap in. So I appreciate you guys who are actually watching the entire video and the ones who are supporting. And like I said, blessings, and I wish you nothing but the best and a happy 2025. And take people out your life that's toxic. I'm out.